Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and we continue our playlist 555 English grammar lessons from beginner to advanced. Okay, my friends, let's talk about past simple, the verb to be, negative form. Okay? I hope you remember that if we remember a statement, we say I, he, she, it was, we, you, they were. Okay? I, he, she, it was, we, you, they were. If it's a negative form, we say I, he, she, it wasn't. We, you, they weren't. Okay? I, he, she, it wasn't. We, you, they weren't. For example, I wasn't tight. He wasn't happy. She wasn't sad. It wasn't boring. Okay, good. Past simple to be negative form statement. I, he, she, it was. We, you, they were. Negative form. I, he, she, it wasn't. We, you, they weren't. So you see, negative form and statement. I wasn't tight. He wasn't happy. She wasn't sad. It wasn't boring. Okay, very good, my friend. And more examples, okay? More examples, okay? We weren't happy at all. You weren't right. They weren't there on time. Okay, you see, more examples. We weren't happy at all. You weren't right. They weren't there on time. Okay, my friend, and I have a short test for you. Okay? So, my friend, so wasn't or weren't there. Okay? Wasn't or weren't. And the second sentence, my friends wasn't or weren't there. Okay? Wasn't or weren't. I hope you remember that we'll look at the subject and what pronoun it means. I hope you remember that we look at the subject and what pronoun it means. Okay? My friend is a subject. Okay? It means he or she, and my friends, so it means they. And we know he, she, it wasn't. Okay? He, she, it wasn't. Okay? Good, very good. So my friend wasn't there. Okay? Good. And my friends, they, we know we, you, they weren't. Okay, so we say my friends weren't My friends weren't there. Good. My friend wasn't there. My friends weren't there. Really, I hope you remember that we look at the subject and what pronoun it means. Okay, more practice for you. My friend, more practice for you. More practice for you. Choose was, wasn't, or weren't. Choose wasn't or weren't. Choose wasn't or weren't. Okay. His employees, you see, his employees professional enough. You look at the subject, his employees. So, employees, you see as they, his employees. And we know, my friend, we know I, he, she, it wasn't, we, they weren't. Okay? Good. Very good. Very good. Okay? So, we see his employees, they weren't. We say weren't professional enough. Okay. Our trip long. Our trip. What does it mean, our trip? He, she, they. Our trip. It means it. We know he, she, it wasn't. And we say our trip wasn't long. His problem big. His problem. What does it mean? What does it mean? It. He, she, it wasn't. He, she, it wasn't. His problem wasn't big. Okay, more practice for you. Choose wasn't or weren't. I, he, she, it wasn't. We, they weren't. His employees weren't professional enough. His employees, they. Our trip wasn't long. Our trip, it. His problem wasn't big. His problem, it. All their threats serious. Threats, you see as, you see it means they, we, you, they weren't. We, you, they weren't. Good, very good. Okay, next. English, easy for me. English, we know. English means it. He, she, it wasn't. English wasn't easy for me. The interview means it. He, she, it wasn't. The interview wasn't easy for me. Okay? Good. Good, very good. All their threats weren't serious. All their threats, they. English wasn't easy for me. English, it. The interview wasn't easy for me. The interview, it. This result a big success. So this result means it, he, she, it wasn't. This result wasn't a big success. Okay? These measures, what does it mean? You see as measures. It means a, they, we, you, they weren't. These measures weren't necessary. This song popular at all. it means it. He, she, it wasn't. This song wasn't popular at all. Okay, this result wasn't a big success. These measures weren't necessary. You see, this result it, these measures they. This song wasn't popular at all. This song it. Their decision unexpected. Their decision means it, he, she, it wasn't. Their decision wasn't unexpected. Their decision it. Okay, my friends, very good. Let's continue our playlist. 555 English grammar lessons from beginner to advanced. Okay, thank you very much, my friends. Thank you. Tight. I wasn't tight. He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. She wasn't sad. It wasn't boring. We say I, he, she, it wasn't. We, you, they weren't. We, you, they weren't. Okay? I, he, she, it wasn't. We, you, they weren't. For example, I wasn't. Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and we continue our playlist 555 English grammar lessons from beginner to advanced. Okay, my friends, let's talk about past simple, the verb to be, negative form. Okay? I hope you remember that if we remember a statement, we say I, he, she, it was, we, you, they were. Okay? I, he, she, it was, we, you, they were. If it's a negative form,